All right, in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you exactly how I land $10,000 whale clients for my digital marketing agency. So it doesn't really matter whether you are a new agency owner or you've been doing this for a while, because I'm gonna share with you exactly how you can start from the beginning and grow, be able to attract these big whales that will pay you over $10,000 every single month for your digital marketing services. And I'm gonna share exactly how I've been able to do that as well. So let's go ahead and jump into my screen. I don't want to waste any time here. So I'm in my Stripe account, and this is an example of one of my whale clients here. The payment of a one-time payment of, on a monthly basis, of course, $12,500. As you can see, succeeded, went through, and this is what we get paid every single month. So how do we do that, right? Now, some of you guys might be like a new agency owner. You're like, dude, $1,000 a month would be awesome to me right now. Now I can't even, fathom and think about getting paid 5 to 10 to 12 or anything above $10,000 for every single month from one single client. And I used to think like that too, guys. When I first started, my goal was to get, a couple, my first client, right? $1,000, $2,000. And then eventually that led to landing $5,000 clients, $6,000 clients. And now, having clients that pay me $10,000 every single month. So guys, I got my whiteboard here and I'm going to show you how to land whale $10,000 per month client for your, social media marketing agency. Let's go ahead and make bigger. There we go. Now we're talking here. Okay. So regardless of whether you are a new beginning agency owner or if you're, been doing this for a while and you just couldn't really crack the code on landing these big clients, I'm going to share with you what I've been doing. Okay. And you guys have to think about, I want you guys to first think about, right? If you are an agency owner and it's your first time reaching out to a client and, they're interested in your services and whatnot, most of the time, 99% of the time, a client is not going to be willing to say, hey, here's $10,000 to manage our Google ads. Okay. So let's just say you are a new agency owner. You have never really worked with this client before. How do we get that client to pay us $10,000 a month? Okay. And so what happens is we start off with a small fish. Okay. This is a small fish. And on average, guys, we charge anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 a month. That's pretty standard as far as, average per month. Okay. So 1,000 to 1.5K per month is on average what a digital marketing agency would charge for, for your services, whether you're running Google ads, Facebook ads, whatever it is. Okay. $1,000 to $1,500 a month is what we normally charge. So how do we get this number up to $10,000 a month? Okay. And I'm going to be sharing with you like a little case study as well. So when we first started with our $10,000, with this specific $10,000 a month client, we charge them $1,500 a month. Okay. That's our average pricing. Now, we have a strategic pricing strategy where we give ourselves an incentive to be able to grow with the company, right? Because the more you are bringing value to a company, the more that you should be compensated for that. So how do we position our agency, our business into a model where we can go from $1,500 a month to $10,000 a client, right? So the trick to this, guys, is, and I'm going to go ahead and expand on this here. So $1,500 a month, that's our small fish. Okay. Now that's our management fee. Now we're going to do an addition of 10% of ad spend if it exceeds 10K or more. All right, so we're gonna put that in parentheses and I'm gonna explain to you guys what this means. All right, so there we go. Okay, so like I said, guys, our average monthly management fee is $1,500 a month, okay? And we give ourselves an incentive, 10% of ad spend if it exceeds $10,000 or more. Now, what that means is basically if the business starts spending $10,000 in ad spend or more, we're going to take 10% of that on top of our $1,500 a month management fee. All right, so let me just go ahead and break this down for you guys down here, right? So let's just say our fee is $1,500 a month, okay? Now, if their ad spend is, let's say it is $20,000 in ad spend, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 10% of that $20,000 ad spend, and that's going to give us $20,000, and 10% of 20,000 is 2,000. All right, expand this a little bit bigger and get this smaller for you guys to see. Can we expand this? There we go. Okay, so $1,500 a month plus 10% of $20,000 in ad spend is $2,000. So $2,000 plus $1,500, your new management fee would now be $3,500, okay? And that's per month. So that is exactly how we can go from $1,500 to $3,500 a month, okay? And so that's going to take us to our next fish, right? And this is our medium fish. I'm gonna name this over here our small fish. Small fish. All right, there we go. So that's our small fish. Now over here is going to be our mid-sized fish. All right, and let's go ahead and make this smaller. Medium fish. All right, guys, so now we have grown our small fish into our medium fish. Now our medium fish is going to consist of, I'd say, anywhere between $3,500 upwards to, you know, $6,000 to $8,000, depending on how you want to look at it. I'm going to put it at $3,500 to $6,000 because that's pretty, from what I've seen, is pretty standard from what we've seen on what most companies are willing to spend, right? So $3,500 to $6,000. Okay. Now that is per month as well. Now that's gonna be $3,500 to $6,000 a month, right? So same example, if we were to, let me just minimize this a little bit there. We'll scoot this over here. So how do we get to maximize our medium fish? Okay. So same concept, $1,500 a month plus, let's just say their new ad spend is now $50,000 ad spend, right? 10% of that is going to be $5,000. Bigger, and then 5,000 plus 15 is equal to $6,500 per month. All right, guys, and this is the exact model that we've been doing to grow our company. Okay, it's not so much about getting, you know, 50 new clients paying you $1,000 a month to make your $50,000 a month. It's about helping your existing clients grow, right? Because the more that you grow their business, the more that you should be compensated for that. So that is why it is so important to focus on your existing clients and, you know, being able to retain your clients, and then ultimately as you grow them, you know, your company will also grow as well. Okay, so now that we've gone from small fish to medium fish, we're now going to step it up and get them to go into our whale. All right, so here's the whale now, and it's the same process, guys. So the whale would be pretty much anything, I'd say, you know, $8,000 to $10K per month or more. Okay, so that, guys, is a whale, and that's how much, you know, a client is pretty much spending with me. We have a client that we literally started off from a small fish, and we eventually helped him grow into this whale, right? So when he first started, he was spending about $7,000 to $8,000 a month in ad spend with us. We charge our minimal stand of average $1,500 a month. Eventually, you know, as we got him more results, he's like, hey, let's spend 20,000, let's spend 30,000, spend 50,000. And now we're at a point where he's been with us for about a year and a half, 2 years. And that is why it's so important to, you know, keep your clients. He's now spending $120,000 per month with us. Okay, or he actually recently downsized a little bit just because he's been a little too busy, so he wanted to slow things down a little bit. $100,000 in ad spend, and then we're taking that 10%, and that's going to give us 10,000, right? So 10,000 plus our 1,500, that's going to give us the $11,500 per month in management fees. And then we also were offering some other things as well. That's how we were able to charge a little bit more. But as you can see, that's how we got, you know, that is how we're able to charge over $10,000 a month for our management fee. Now that's how you grow a small fish to a whale. Okay, obviously that's going to take a little bit of time to get a small fish to a whale, and it's totally worth it, guys, because throughout this process you're able to build a relationship, and as you build that relationship, the client is not only going to be happy to pay you more, but they're also going to be more committed to you as well, because they're, you know, investing a heavy chunk into you and they trust you to do it. And I'm sure that there's a lot of communication going on, and for you to get them awesome results, for them to stay on with you this long. Okay, now obviously that's going to take a little bit longer. Now I'm going to show you how you can jump into the whale a little bit quicker, right? So normally, most of the time, you know, a whale is not going to just land in your hand, okay? Especially if you're just starting out. But with myself, as I grew my personal brand and I've given out so much value and I've gained more trust within my niche and the industry, we can actually start seeing what we're starting to see now is we're starting to see more mid-sized fish, okay? We're just gonna name it mid fish. And through my personal branding, through just giving a ton of value and getting that trust and credibility and referrals, right? Because as you get great results, you're gonna start getting referrals. People are already going to trust you. And when they trust you, they're gonna be, if you come across a company that's a little bit more aggressive, they wanna scale, they wanna keep growing, then that's how you can start at that mid fish to whales, okay? Most of the time, the whales are gonna be rare. Like I said, they're not going to just land in your hand. You kind of gotta grow into that whale. But as you grow in the industry, you get a little bit more trust, you can start charging at the mid fish level, okay? And like I said, that's gonna be anywhere between $3,500 to $6,000 per month, okay? And so what does that mean? That's going to mean, they're going to spend anywhere between $20,000 to $50,000 right off the jump, okay? So this would be the same case as this here and there. All right, so pull it down a little bit for you guys. Okay, so this is gonna be the same scenario, okay? They're gonna spend anywhere between 20,000. Oh, this is the same case too. There we go. Let me scroll down for a little bit. Okay, so same case scenario. They're gonna spend anywhere between $20,000 to $50,000 a month, and that's how you're gonna land your mid-sized fish, okay? And so you'll instantly get paid $3,500 to $6,000 a month. Now, the trick to gaining this mid-sized fish, guys, is not so much for new agency owners. This is more for, maybe you've been in the agency game a little bit longer, and you've specialized, you've niched down, you've gotten great results, you have case studies, you have testimonials and things like that, okay? Now, what you need to do with those case studies and those testimonials and those awesome results that you've gotten for your clients is you need to start building personal branding and credibility and trust, okay? Once you have these three things, you'll get to skip the small fish and you're more likely to get into the mid-sized fish, okay? And you're just gonna have better quality clients who are more aggressive and serious about advertising. They're gonna wanna, grow their company. As they grow, you'll be compensated for that, okay? So personal branding, credibility, and trust. Now, how do we do that, all right? So one of the things that I do is actually, oops, go ahead. Delete that. How do we do that? Okay, we're gonna do a little thing over here. I'm gonna put a square. Is through our VCL system, okay? And the VCL system is basically, and I go way in depth about I give a whole masterclass about it, and the whole masterclass, that link is going to be in the description. So if you want to check it out in depth, it'll be there. But in a nutshell, what a VCL system does is it's basically a system to warm up your prospects. Okay, it's going to warm up your prospect. All right, so in a nutshell, what the VCO system does is going to give you credibility, authority, and trust. Those are the three main components that's going to help you, number one, close the deal a lot better, and number two, that's going to help you jump into that mid-sized fish, because you need to still convince them to to be able to gain that trust and credibility in order to charge this amount here. And so when I first started out my agency, I was actually terrible at sales. I couldn't speak to prospects. I didn't know what to say. I would stutter. I would hang up on myself. And so I developed this VCL system, and like I said, it's basically a presentation that's going to help you build credibility, authority, and trust. So before the prospect even hops on a call with you, they're already pretty much sold on your services, okay? And they already know what you do. They've seen the results, they see your testimonials, the case studies, and it's structured in a very specific way for them to see the value in what it is that you do, okay? And so when I implemented this system, my closing rate skyrocketed, okay? Because now I'm no longer talking to a cold prospect. And if you guys have talked to cold prospects before, someone that's like you've never worked with, they never heard of you, it's a whole different conversation compared to someone who already knows you, likes you, knows what you do, they've seen your results, and it's just a way much more pleasant conversation, and that deal is more likely to close, okay? And so I really highly recommend, if you don't have this system implemented for your agency, check out the free, it's absolutely free. It's a free masterclass. The link is in the description in this video, okay? It's the masterclass. So that's the VCO system, and that's going to help you build personal branding, credibility, and trust. And here, it's going to increase your closing rate. All right. So now you kind of get to skip it a little bit more. Okay, now that's the VCL system. Another way that you could do to, build credibility and a little bit more personal branding is that you could have the option of actually, we'll draw it down here and we'll put another square, is you can give out a ton of free value. Okay, now this may be in the form of, on your Facebook, if you're in, Facebook groups where your ideal clients are hanging out, or maybe you've added a lot of your ideal clients as friends on Facebook. Facebook, now you just want to give out a ton of free value, right? Show off your case studies, give out tips and tricks and strategies on how your niche can grow their business, gain more customers, or get a higher return on investment. Whatever it is that you offer, right? Give a whole ton of free value. And I was speaking with another agency owner recently. They're like, Jordan, I feel like if I'm giving out too much for free, like what is the purpose of even using me if they can just see it, grab it, and use it for themselves? There's no point in paying me for my services anymore, right? And that is a valid concern, right? If you're giving out a ton of free value, yes, there are people who will take that value and implement it for themselves and get awesome results from it, right? But a lot of the times, guys, is that when you give out a ton of free value, people in general are lazy, okay? They're not gonna want to take your system, most of the time, take your system and then implement it for themselves and then figure out the whole setup, the whole management, and then the whole optimization part and figuring it all out, okay? Unless they're like on a really tight budget and they don't have the funds to hire someone to do it for them. And in that case, they're not gonna pay you either way, okay? And once they start seeing results from it, they can always hire you on later on, okay? But for the businesses out there who are actually busy and have the funding for this type of, for your services, a lot of the times, guys, they're going to just pay someone to just take care of it. It's going to save them time and it's going to save them money, okay? Time is money and it's going to save them a lot of that, all right? So that is, for all the people who, believe that giving out too much ton of free value is not helpful at all, okay? So Facebook, some of you guys might be more active on Instagram, okay? So your ideal clients might be more active on Instagram or whatever. My personal favorite is my YouTube, is a YouTube channel, okay? And through your YouTube channel, you're still giving out a ton of free value, right? How to set it up. If you guys go through my YouTube channel, guys, I pretty much give everything away for free, right? If you go through my YouTube channel, I will literally show you step by step how to set up a Google Ads campaign for a specific niche or, a general local business, okay? And step by step, absolutely free. It's basically a free course, right? That you would have to purchase somewhere online for $9.97. But if you go through my channel, it's absolutely free. And, a lot of agency owners, they've gone through through the free Google Ads content. They've learned Google Ads and they, started executing for their client. They reached out to me, hey, thank you so much for your Google Ads video. I learned so much. I'm getting awesome results. If you go through my Google Ads video and you look in the comment section, it is, people are getting awesome results from that, okay? And now those are people who want to learn Google Ads, whether it's for their business, for themselves, for the agency, whatever the case may be. But I will tell you guys that YouTube and giving out the free content has really driven my business and helped me scale my business to where it is now, which is at $60,000 per month, okay? And that is through just giving out free content, free value. Yes, like I said, people can take your content, implement it themselves, but I have been averaging anywhere between 2 to 5 new clients every single month for the past 2 to 3 years through this method here, okay? I have not done any outreach. I don't do any paid advertising. I don't do any cold calling. I don't do any cold email, cold outreach through Facebook or Instagram. I don't reach out to prospects, okay? They reach out to me. And when you are able to attract clients instead of chasing clients, your business is going to grow a lot faster. The conversation with each prospect is going to be a lot better, okay? So I'm giving you guys a ton of gems here. And if you guys can appreciate it, drop a thumbs up on this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because this value that I'm giving you guys on how I've been able to grow my agency from $0 to $60,000 per month and just pretty much living the life that, I've set out to be, this is it right here, okay? So that's just giving out a ton of free value, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I don't know, you can be on Reddit, you could be on LinkedIn, right? It doesn't matter, guys. Wherever your ideal clients are, give out free value, okay? And that's how you're gonna gain these 3 things: personal branding, credibility, and trust, okay? Aside from the VCL system. And like I said, that link is going to be in the description. So from here, mid-sized fish is pretty much the same thing. Once you sign them on, you get them awesome results. And then that's how you pretty much grow them into that whale, okay? That whale that's going to pay you $10,000 per month. You might be wondering, what is the difference between a whale, a mid-fish, and a small fish? I'd rather work with 50 small fishes, or maybe I'd rather just work with only whales. Or some of you guys might be thinking, hey, I only want to work with mid-sized fishes. What is your experience? You might be wondering, what is your experience working with these 3 different niches, okay? Or not niches, but 3 different fishes, okay? And I will tell you guys that working with a whale and a mid-fish and a small fish is not anything more difficult. If anything, it's the same simplicity, right? So what I'm saying is not any more difficult. It may just take more time, okay? More optimization, more attention, but the difficulty entry level of it is not more than if you were to work with the mid-sized fish or small fish. Okay, so with whales, for example, my whale clients, is nothing anything harder. It's just a bigger campaign. It's just more money being spent, so more monitoring needs to happen. We need to understand what's going on more inside the campaign. So all you really need to do is give it more attention and making sure that it's running smoothly, making sure that you're still hitting your KPIs and all those good things, right? Same thing with the mid-fish. Okay, mid-fish is maybe they don't really have a big budget to spend, right? And that's why they're not really spending $100,000 a month and not paying you $10,000 a month. Okay, mid-sized fish, it's the same exact thing. They're just spending less money, so that requires less attention. Okay, and then same with the small fish, right? They might be only spending, you know, $1,500 or $3,000 a month, and so you're only charging $1,000, $1,500, but it's going to require less attention. And so that's all really the difference between, you know, someone who's paying you $1,500 a month and someone who's paying you $10,000 a month. Okay, is that the size of the campaign might be bigger, might be larger, more money is being spent, you're managing more campaigns and things like that. So it's nothing harder, just requires more time. And so by the time you get here, if you have a few of these clients, right, you might want to start hiring a team. Okay, and that way you have people in place to monitor your clients equally, right? So that is pretty much how, you know, what the experience to expect is like when it comes to managing a small, mid-size, and a whale. So hopefully you guys got a ton of value from this. I just dropped, you know, a gem on how to land $10,000 whale clients for your marketing agency. Would super appreciate it. Drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and as always, show some love in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video.